There's the two redundant chill water pumps that we just talked about. So all these do is move water through that chiller and get it out to the secondary loop. Of course, in the secondary loop has its own pumps that we saw earlier. And 200% capacity pumps. If one of them goes out, if you look overhead, there's a trolley system. So we can pull the pegger head and decouple. We can take the motor right out the door with a pump, sort of bearings and seals. It's identical on the other side for the condenser water. If you look, there's we use what's called Turk flow switches on these. There's all kinds of instrumentation available, but here we don't want the chiller to start and run if it doesn't have chill water flow. So a pump will start, and we wait to confirm that it sees water flow, and then we'll get the compressor started. You can see part of the one compressor circuit up there.
So how would y'all get into service something like that? Y'all got an area like doors on that end?
That's a great question. Okay, so to get the compressor motors where the compressors are off, that whole roof section back there comes off, and if you looked at the coolant tower, you saw a large space between this roof and the bottom of the coolant tower, and there's another trolley system up there. So we pull the roof off, and then it's got the beams are rigged so we can, or rated so we can rig that compressor.
Lift it and pull it out.
We'll lift it, and it goes all the way out the end, and there's panels that come off at the very end. That's how we'll get it out onto a truck. This is a brand new chiller. We just finished commissioning this in April this year. So still under warranty, still got the new car smell. But, so in a year, I will tell you that that end bell right there, can you see yeah, you got it. Point to that oval section right there. So in a year, that's going to be cut. Yeah, because we're going to pull, if you look, it's that and that's flanged, and if you look here, we got this elbow with the Victolic, these are Victolic fittings, the coupling. This and this will come out, this end bell will come off, and we'll brush tubes.
So they're not marine heads, huh? No. Non-marine, these guys are researching some things, model numbers right now, and we got marine heads on them. So this is the problem with non-marine heads.
Five.
Clean them out.
Yeah, we've our whole plant is really 5 years old. We had customers come on way ahead of schedule. We've been jumping through hoops. A year ago, right where we're standing, I had a 1,000-ton temporary chiller and a cooling tower to get us through last year. So if you think about this, on chill water in Central Texas, certainly, if you don't have chilled water in the summer, you don't have business, right? Yeah. So everything we do here, we have what's called N+1 redundancy. It means whatever you lose, the worst case, you still have enough to meet your load. So we have two 2,500 tons, a 1,500 ton, and a 700-ton chiller. What's the worst thing we could lose? It'd be a 2,500 ton, right? And so the others, I should be able to use all the others to meet my load, and I can. But last summer, I couldn't. So I had to rent a 1,000-ton chiller to sit here. Because if I lost the 25, when I only had 125 last year, if I lost it, people were going to get one. So
You're just taking into any new customers to hold the load you already had? Or?
Yes, I'm not a sales guy. Sales guy.
No, I'm just saying, but you notice the more of the being put out, right?
We know from the year previous. So okay, if we bring these customers on, I've got to rent a chiller next year. So working for the city, I can't just say I need more money.
Yeah, of course, they got to warrant that.
Yeah, you have to do a capital, and so really, you have to tell how much money you're going to use in 5 years for capital projects. So I didn't have 5 years, so I said, okay, how about 3 years? Can we do it 3 years? I said, yeah. Well, how about 2 years? Can I get funding in 2 years? So we moved some projects around so I could get this bought, but till I got this bought,
you rented one.
I rented one, yeah. So last year.
Y'all warranted that only because y'all needed that, like as far as looking, y'all numbers weren't matching up, so y'all